Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Drive-Thru. I'm your host, Tony T, as we broadcast live here on Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel. And we'll take you well before the top of the hour. I want to make sure you give you enough time to get those bets in. And that's what we do here Monday through Friday here on the Drive-Thru, is we give you free sports picks, live free sports picks from the primetime games. And help us out are the professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. And let's take a look at who's on the show for today. We've got James Clark to join us. Rodzo Wacky doing very well top leaderboards. Of course, Trey Jordan will join us. Kevin Thomas will be in with us. Jovan Burts in the house. Ninos from Florida here with us. And Chris Ruffolo will co-host, as he usually does here on the show. Let's take a look at how they'll line up today. Clark, Thomas, Burts, Jordan, Zawacki, Ruffolo, Ninos, and then I will close this one out. All right, Chris, how was the weekend?
Oh, man, too short, but you know what? I'm always ready to come back onto the Drive-Thru. How about you, Tony?
I'm doing fine. Ready to get going here. All right, let's go ahead and get this started here on Skype. So we'll give Chris a little break for the first segment. We'll go ahead and welcome our man James Clark. If I'm over at Pick Dogs, doing very well in the NBA. James, how's it going?
Pretty good. How are you, Tony?
I'm doing great. All right, let's take a look at this one here. The Magic to host the Spurs here, with the Spurs laying 7 on the road. Total sits here at 217.5.
Yeah, Tony, I think this is probably one of the worst Greg Popovich teams that he's had in 10, 15 years or even longer. If you look at this, everybody knows what you have with the Magic, but, the sample size is the same thing with the Spurs. You look at the last 10 games of both of these teams, the Spurs, they're 3-7 in the last 10 games. Well, guess what? So is the Magic. They're 3-7 too in the last 10 games. So and also the Spurs, when they're favored, they have not covered the spread in the 5 of the last 6 games that they've been favored. Here they are, a 6-7 point favorite. Shop around. I seen it at 7, seen it at 6.5, but I really like the Magic and take the points. I look for the Spurs probably to win this game, but I look for it to be a 3-4 point win if they do win.
All right, we got James Clark here on the Orlando Magic plus the 7 against the San Antonio Spurs. And yeah, you can't argue that. The Magic have been getting covers here, and the Spurs, a team you really can't trust, even though they did play Denver close. They got a close win against Dallas, but they got to show me a little bit more. They couldn't really separate much here in some of these other games. That loss at Cleveland is really one that really stands out to me.
Yeah, Tony, like I said, Greg Popovich is probably pulling his hair out with this team, man, because, they have some good players. They have a decent talent. They're just not performing. And, when they go up against, like you said, the Cavs, or, tonight they got some Magic, and I don't look for them to pull away with them. Maybe they'll win, like I said, but I don't look for a 6 or 7, 8 or 9 point win.
Yeah, he's really had a tough time. Since they lost their core, he's really had a tough time getting the Spurs to play defense. Of course, we look at the numbers year in out here. And recently in the post-Tim Duncan era, this team just has not played defense and starting to show up in the win-losses. They missed the postseason, and it could be another bad year for the Spurs again this year. Look at their past 5 games, giving up 51% shooting. So agreement here, Orlando Magic plus a 7 against the San Antonio Spurs. All right, James, let's take a look at what's happening over at Pick Dogs Premium, where you're doing some fine work in the NBA, or 1,400 units of profit in the NBA documented. That's number 2 right now in the leaderboard in the NBA. Good card tonight from the NBA. We got some baseball and hockey. What you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Well, Tony, I only have 2 single plays tonight. If you live in West Virginia like I do, sometimes you don't get good service late at night, early in the morning, or anytime. I was having troubles putting in games this morning because of my service, but I ended up getting 2 games in. One NBA that I really love. Tonight it's a money winner, and then I got an MLB that I really love. Both of separate plays. If you want to go and check them out, get that play for today, and after we win tonight, upgrade, or team me up with any of the other cappers on the team. I've said this many times as I've been on here. I think we got the best cappers out there. Again, I'll put us up against anybody. And like I said, just grab my picks today, and I'll put some money in your pockets.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with James Clark over at Pick Dogs Premium. You see the numbers here, over 1,400 units of profit in the NBA. That is all documented. So when you go to his site and you check out his his profile page, you'll see every play that he's posted there. And of course, get on board with one of those long-term passes. He's got those 2 plays for you tonight. Then take those winnings, make the upgrade. You see a 3, 7, and 30-day pass. That's the best value there at Pick Dogs Premium. All right, James, it's always great having you on the show. Have yourself a great night, and we'll talk to you, believe, tomorrow. That's your next scheduled appearance.
Yes, sir, Tony. I appreciate you having me on, buddy.
All right, anytime. James Clark here on the drive-thru. Let's continue on here on the show. Welcome back to the show here, Chris. All right, we got Chris back from his little break here, and we're out and ready on to complete the show. Let's bring in Kevin Thomas. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs. More NBA talk. A lot of NBA picks on the show today, guys, so stay tuned for that. I know you guys love the association, and we're going to go and dial in Kevin right now. Kevin, how's it going?
Oh, it's going great, Tony. But, hey, with all this bad weather, you never know what MLB play is going to get canceled or postponed. So NBA is your safest bet unless you're on the Timberwolves.
Yeah, that's right.
That wasn't a safe one, yeah.
It wasn't one at all.
I had them in my 3-pack tonight. It just killed it, and I feel bad for what's going on out there. So, I mean, let's get that straightened out first. But let's get right to it, though.
Absolutely. Let's get right to it here. You're looking at the Suns, the late night game tonight. This one actually is the Suns on NBA League Pass channel to host the Rockets 10 p.m. Eastern time. Phoenix here laying 12, total 229.
Yeah, hey, this jumped out at me when I saw that. Actually, it was opened at 13, and now you can find it at 11.5 in like 1 or 2 spots. So getting 12, I think, is a steal. You're probably thinking, you're crazy, Kevin. You're talking about the Houston Rockets against the Suns, but the Rockets, they do have the core guys. They have Wall, they have Woods. The bench hasn't done much for them, and mostly their bench is all injured anyway, so they're not getting a lot of production there. But I'm looking more at the Suns and the trend that they're starting here. Now, the last 2 games have been by 3 and 6 points. The last one was a 133 to 130 Suns win. But if you look at that, the game prior to that, they beat Oklahoma City by 37 points. So they did not show up for that game. The last time that they beat a team, well, the Wizards was the last time they beat a team by double digits, and now they're getting the Rockets after that. But if we even go back a little farther, they beat Oklahoma City by almost 26 points, and then they came out dead against the Timberwolves and lost to the Timberwolves. So I'm expecting, they had a huge game against the Wizards, big points. I'm expecting a low-scoring game, and I really like the Rockets here to cover that spread.
All right, Kevin Thomas will be here on the Rockets here, plus the 12 against the Phoenix Suns. All right, Chris, what do you say here with this Rockets team? They are shooting the ball a little better, although my little concern is that fourth quarter fade. Looking at what happened in that situation with the Clippers, they were with them, and then they had that little fade down the stretch, and they were within arm's distance with the Warriors again. They faded down.
Yeah, as long as they can, score once over the last 8 minutes of a game, I think they could be in a decent shape here. But like Kevin said, the Rockets hung with the Suns earlier this month, and the Suns, I think, they're still a young team, even with Chris Paul there. I mean, they're still a team that I think is going to maybe take their foot off against the lesser teams and just focus on the big boys. So I could easily see the Rockets sneaking in and getting the back door here, if not having another close game. So I would take the points as well.
Yeah, and I noticed when I looked at the numbers here, Phoenix has not been successful. Actually, Rockets have been successful when they're getting 12 or more. I think all 3 times this year. So when they've been really a huge underdog, they've been able to come through and get in on the cover. And of course, we are seeing better offensive production here. Now, of course, the bookmakers, they want to win those bets, so they're probably inflating the numbers here, Kevin. I think that's what I'm seeing in this one.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the Suns, if you're one of those people that take the favorites, you're all over the Suns, and I'm definitely not on. So just like I love the Timberwolves over the Nets, I was all over that. But there goes that pick. But, yeah, take the Rockets into 12. Even if you got to take 11.5, I'd be okay doing that. I think coming off that Wizards win, these guys are going to have a little bit of a letdown, maybe some more minutes to the bench guys. So that's always well for the starters for the Rockets.
That's right. Agreement here on the Rockets here. Of course, Phoenix is the front end of back-to-back. When you look at their schedule, they played a lot of back-to-backs here, so keep an eye on that. They did play Utah Clippers on the back-to-back, and here's another one coming up for them with Miami coming in the next night. So that might be located with Miami starting to wake up a little bit. All right, Kevin, let's take a look here over at Pick Dogs Premium. Really good night on the court and on the baseball diamond, and some little bit of hockey. What you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium? As we see the past 7 days, you're over 500 units of profit.
Yeah, the secret of my success is I'm finding those dogs on the diamond, and I have one tonight. My hidden treasure, 10-star MLB pick right there. I'm only like 15 and 14, but at plus 300 units, cash in 5 of my last 7 dogs, and that's what we got tonight. And I love this dog. I know my good buddy Brian. He even gave me the thumbs up on this one because we pick each other's brains. So this is a sure one right here. So get on that hidden treasure tonight, 7:00.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with Kevin Thomas over at Pig Dogs. Premium's got that place for you tonight on his one-day pass over on the site. Take those winnings, make that upgrade. You see the 3, 7, and 38 pass. You want to do the 2-for-1 capper special, you can team up Kevin and Brian Bitler as they put their heads together, give you some winners, and that's the best value there at Pig Dogs Premium is going for one of those long-term passes. Every play that they release, use at the period of time when you go up there to the profile page and make that purchase. So, Kevin, as always, great having you on the show. Have yourself a great night. We'll talk with you next week.
Hey, see you guys next Monday. Take care.
All right, take care. Kevin Thomas here on the drive-thru. All right, guys, we'll continue our coverage here. Just a reminder to you guys out there, if you would, and I'll go ahead and I just want to get that little banner up there that I like to do when I do this little reminder here to give us that thumbs up, that likes, guys, and as well, subscribe to our channel. Free picks every single day. And of course, it all gets started in the morning with Mitch's show in the morning at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time with Brian and Rod Zawacki. And of course, you got those 2 YouTube early and late editions. You want to check those out. Follow the link below. And of course, we're here Monday through Friday with the drive-thru at 6 p.m. Eastern time. And of course, in addition to subscribing, give us that thumbs up, Chris, because it really helps us grow our audience.
Oh, absolutely, Tony. It does. I mean, I keep saying it, we were in our infancy with the drive-thru just under a year ago, and now look at it. We've got hundreds of people checking it out per day, and got tons of great handicappers that come onto the show. And it's all thanks to the support that we've got from everybody that watches the videos, watches the morning show. Checks out the YouTube Premium, guys. It's all thanks to you guys, and we still appreciate all the love and support. But yeah, give us that thumbs up. That subscription really helps us out.
Yeah, it definitely does. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru. Let's go ahead and bring in Jovan Burts. You'll find him over at Pig Dogs Premium. Jovan, how you doing today?
Everything's going all right, fellas. How about y'all?
It's going great, All right, you're going to look at the TV game tonight, 10 Eastern time on ESPN. Has the Warriors host the Nuggets. The Nuggets here going to lay 4.5 total, 226.5.
Yeah, I'm on the Denver Nuggets in this one. Now, the Denver Nuggets ought to be ashamed of themselves after what they did yesterday. They were up about 12 points with like 2 minutes to go in the third quarter and let the Celtics come back and only scored 8 points in the fourth quarter to lose by double digits. The Celtics went on a 31-3 run. Those are my guys. Got the job done. Happy for them. Denver, they ought to be embarrassed of themselves, and I think they're going to take one out on the Golden State Warriors, who are injury depleted. No Kelly Oubre, no James Wiseman. He's out for the year, and this is too much heavy lifting for Steph Curry. It's been a nightmarish couple of years ever since the NBA Finals a couple of years ago, and it continues tonight. Now, in the last 8 games, as an underdog, they're 1-7. They can't cover. They're trying to play for a playing spot, but the way they're playing right now, it just doesn't look like it's going to happen. So with that said, and Nikola Jokic, he's going to eat. He's going to eat tremendously tonight. There's no one that could guard him, and with him man in the middle and distributing, they get a win and cover.
All right, Jovan Burts here is going to be on the Denver Nuggets minus 4.5 against the Golden State Warriors. We haven't seen too many strings of losses for Denver. They've been able to bounce back from recent losses here, dating back to early March here, Chris. And of course, Jovan talks about the injuries with Oubre, and of course Wiseman look like he's going to play. You always, what's not on the injury report is that Stephen Curry is playing through a tailbone injury. And have him have a tailbone injury, I can tell you how it lingers on for about a month before we feel 100%.
Absolutely. I mean, and a hurt tailbone is not, the greatest injury to have when you have to put the team on your back every single night. I know it's not a physical thing, but it's something that always lingers, Tony, like you said. Like Jovan said, the Warriors are banged up against a Denver Nuggets team that was humiliated last night and ended their winning streak with a thud. I can't figure out the Warriors though. I mean, one day they're beating the Bucks, another one they're putting up 77 against the Raptors. I don't know. I like the Nuggets in a bounce back spot, and I think they win this one by at least 6 or 7. So I'd take the Denver Nuggets as well.
Agreement here. Denver Nuggets laying the 4.5 against the Golden State Warriors. This is your game on ESPN at 10 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Jovan, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium. Got a lot of NBA. We got some baseball. We're seeing you in the positive here. Past 7 days, approaching 400 units of profit. What you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, like I've said, it's been a blazing April. Had a rough couple of days, but then I bounced back yesterday with a 6-2 campaign. Now today I have my Money Bag Monday going. Nice little 5-pack for the people. You know, it's gonna hit. But if you want that value, get that 3-day or that 7-day, or even a longer term package like a 30-day, and it'll be a good return on your investment. It's all there at Pick Dog and Sport Chat Place. Check it out.
That's right, guys. Check out Jovan Burts over at Pick Dogs Premium. You see the numbers here. 368 units of profit, past 7 days, all documented. Pay a visit to his profile page. Find out about Jovan. You'll see the plays that are released. He's talked about the packages up there at 3, 7, and 38 pass. That's the best value there at Pick Dogs Premium. You want to try them out with that 5-pack for tonight? Go for it and take those winnings and make that upgrade. That's the best value there at Pick Dogs Premium. All right, Jovan, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that success, and we'll talk to you later in the week.
Absolutely. You as well. And see y'all on Friday.
See you Friday. Jovan Burts here on the drive-through. All right, let's continue on with the coverage. And it's time to talk let's go to the ice. And let's welcome Trey. Let's welcome Trey Jordan. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs as well. Trey, how's it going today?
It's going good. How y'all doing?
Doing good with his Predators hockey. Nashville, big fan. Actually, I saw them in their Stanley Cup year. Actually, I saw them play the Kings. I did see them right in that Stanley Cup year, so they were an impressive team when I was there. All right, you're going to be looking at the Sharks. Yep, there was good times back then. Of course, for my team too, but they've tanked here the last couple of years. The Sharks, the host of Ducks here, 10:30 Eastern time. Sharks going to lay $1.90, total 5.5.
That's right. And this one, I'm not going to worry about which one of these two disappointing teams are going to win this game. We're going to go straight to the over. We're looking at these two bad defenses in the Ducks and the Sharks. 26th ranked in Ducks, allowing 3.2 a game. Sharks allowing 3.3 a game. Sharks hit at least 6 goals the last 6 home games, and in the last 6 these two faced off in San Jose, 5 of the 6 have reached the 6. And this one, you got a battle between the overworked goalie and you got a rusty goalie. Looking at Ryan Miller and Martin Jones playing. Martin Jones started 8 games in a row. Albeit he got 20 minutes of rest last game because he was getting shelled in the first 2 periods and letting 4 goals in and 19 shots. I still think he's just played way too much. He's going to be a little bit tired, not as sharp. You got Ryan Miller. He hasn't played in over 5 games. He's going to be a little rusty. And when he's come back from those 4 games of not playing 4 times this season, he's allowed 3 goals 3 times and 4 goals once. And when he's on the road, compared to his goal against average, it goes up about 0.5. It goes from 3.6 goals against on the road. It's 4.14 this year. But my key thing here is at this number 5.5 this year, the Sharks are 13-4 to the over. That's pretty good if you ask me. And just some trends for you. Over 4-1. Ducks last 5 on Monday. They're on a 3 out of 4 game right here. 3rd game in 4 days. They're 4-1 to the over on that situation. 4-1 our last 5 1-day rest for the Sharks. 3-0-1 last 4 is a favorite. 5-0-1 the last 6 home games, and the over is 3-1-1 the last 5. These two faced off San Jose. It's not about offense here tonight for me. It's about the bad defense. I'm going to take the over.
All right, we're going over here with the Sharks and Ducks tonight. All right, Chris, your thoughts on this matchup? Looking their past head-to-head, 7-11 over with Sharks versus Ducks.
Yeah, I mean, I can't argue trends. I mean, in a rivalry game, sometimes you can throw them out the window. But, I mean, look at this. I mean, the Ducks, my concern with the Ducks has always been the offense. The defense has been all right. But then with Ryan Miller in goal, if it was John Gibson, I would take a second look at the over. But with Ryan Miller in net and Martin Jones on the other side, who's been a sieve for the better part of the season for San Jose, I got to go with the over as well.
All right, agreement here. Anaheim Ducks and San Jose Sharks over total of 5.5 goals. This one begins 10:30 Eastern Time. NHL Center Ice package. All right, Trey, let's take a look over at Pig Dogs Premium. Good night on NBA and Ice. So a lot of baseball as well for a Monday. What you have going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
I actually have 6 plays tonight. So 2 NBA, 2 MLB, 2 NHL. Those are going to be starting here in 30 minutes, so jump on that if you want that. And I'm not going to toot my own horn here, but got 4 winners in a row in the drive-thru. Just trying to keep it rolling here. You know, keep the thumbs up. The guys are working hard, jumping one of their packages. Of course, long term is going to be better. And good luck to all the fellas tonight.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with Trey Jordan over at Pig Dogs Premium. He's got his plays up there for tonight. Pick them up. And, of course, with those winnings, make that long-term purchase, that 3, 7, and 30-day pass. That's the best value there at Pig Dogs Premium. Or you can match up with another capper with that 2-for-1. You know, Chris Ruffolo has been putting up great numbers. Al McMorty, that 2-for-1 is also a great value there on the site. All right, Trey, as always, great having your show. Have yourself a great night, and then we'll talk with you next week.
All right, appreciate y'all.
All right, Trey Jordan here on the drive-thru. Let's continue on with our coverage. It's time to go to Rod Zawacki. Now, we got you game 2 of that at that ESPN doubleheader. We got game 1 here covered for you. So, and that's going to be Rod Zawacki with that Mavericks and that 76ers game. So let's go ahead and wire him in. You can also catch Rod on the morning show, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time every single day with Mitch and, of course, Brian Bitler. So I think we're ready to bring in Rod Zawacki right now. He's got a really good signal today. Rod, how you doing?
Doing good, buddy. Doing good.
All right. Seeing you up on top of those leaderboards is great. All right. 7:30 Eastern time. ESPN will televise the Mavericks hosting the Sixers. Sixers road favorites of 3, total 218.5.
Yeah, the Sixers are road favorites. Both teams 6-4. You look at some other numbers. I think the reason why they're favored by 3.5 is because I don't think Porzingis is going to play this game tonight. He's got a game time decision, and I really think he's going to be out. And when he's out, the Dallas team is just not the same Dallas team as what you normally get. So for me, you look at Dallas at home. They're 10-14 against the number this year. And the 76ers, they're starting to roll in the road. They're not as bad as what we figured they had been. They're 8-3-1 ATS, their last 12 road games. And all their guys are starting, and they're getting healthy. And the biggest thing for me is these teams already played once, and the 76ers won that game handily. And the reason why they won that handily is because they doubled them up on points in the paint. The 76ers just dominates the points in the paint. And then Embiid in there is going to do the same thing tonight. Dallas has no chance with the points in the paint, and they're just going to run them up. That's where they get all their scoring done. Easy win, easy cover. Take the 76ers, lay the 3. We got a nice winner to kick off the week in the drive-thru.
That's right. Rod's been very good to us on the drive-thru. He really gets off those hot starts. Game 1 of the ESPN doubleheader. Sixers laying the 3 here against Mavericks. Your thoughts, Chris?
Yeah, it's another one, Rod. I talked before the game. I've got to agree with the Sixers because, A, Porzingis is out. B, we all know the majority of that offense runs through Luka Doncic, and Doncic isn't used to facing point guards that are 6'10" like Ben Simmons is. So as much as we can knock Ben Simmons for his defense, I think the length is just going to cause an issue for Doncic. And, if without the size inside, I think this might be a long night for the Mavericks as well. So I'm going to lay the 3 of the Sixers.
All right, agreement here with Sixers laying the 3 against the Dallas Mavericks, 7:30 Eastern time. It's on ESPN. All right, Rod, let's take a look over at Pig Dogs Premium, where you're doing fine work up there. We see here 704 units of profit past 7 days. That is all documented on the site. Big night tonight, NBA. We got baseball at Big Car, hockey. What you have going on over at the site?
Yeah, we've just been rolling. We just keep rolling along, back-to-back winning weeks. NBA since the start of April has been on a nice 17-7 run. So tonight we've got a kickstart the week 5-pack. My top 3 NBA bets, my top MLB play, and my top play on the ice. You can see we're doing great work in MLB as well. Jump aboard. I got a nice 5-pack there. All 5 plays over at Pick Dogs Premium. $40. Or if you just want the NBA, I got a nice NBA birdcage. Singled those out. All those 3 plays are there by themselves if you just want the NBA. Or jump aboard MLB. Can't go wrong with that. $500. Almost would have paid for itself already with what we've made. Jump aboard. We're rolling in April, that's for sure.
That's right, guys. Get on board here. Rod Zawacki over at Pig Dogs Premium. You see the number 704 units of profit past 7 days. He's got a lot of action up there tonight. Your one-day pass is your ticket here to earnings. And, of course, when you get those earnings, then you make the upgrade to the long-term pass, that 3, 7, and 30 pass. Get every play that Rod releases on the site. Use the terms over there at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, Rod, I want to let everybody know about something that's a very good value that you're part of. Is that YouTube early and late premium show.
You bet. Jump aboard that as well. You got the YouTube premium show. You'll get 4 picks from us on the early premium show. And then we have the late info premium show where you'll get another 4 picks. So you get 8 picks over a day, over a month. That works out to be 12.5 cents a pick over a month. You can't beat that value there. Jump aboard the YouTube premium. 12.5. You can't even buy anything these days for 12.5 cents. Jump aboard. Great value there on the YouTube Premium.
Great value there, no doubt, on YouTube Premium. All right, Rod, it's always great having you show. I just want to make note here. We did see the line move the forward. Are you still like it at -4? We're getting a lot of the line just moved here on this with the Porzingis news. Is that
it just moved? Yeah, I'll take that line all the way up to -5. How's that? Right. I like it. I'll take it as high as -5. I think is where because I think word just came out now that Porzingis is not going to play. So, but I already knew that. So. We pass along. So
head of the news. That's right. Rod Zawacki. There you go. All right, Rod. Have yourself a great night. We'll tune in tomorrow morning at 10:30 with you and Mitch and Brian.
You bet. You guys have yourself a good evening. Let's get ourselves another winner.
More winners here from Rod Zawacki. He's been very good to us here on the drive-through. All right, let's continue on with the coverage. And so is Chris Ruffolo. And it's time for Chris here to step up here with his play. We're going to go over to the ice, and let's go ahead and put up that game information for you right now. Hurricanes here to face the Red Wings here. Hurricanes laying 360. Total sits here at 5.5.
Yeah, anything with a 3 in front of it, I got to shake my head at that. You know, a lot of people are going to think I'm crazy, but I'm going to put this out right now. I'm taking the Detroit Red Wings on the money line, and here's why. You know, you look at the Carolina Hurricanes and what this team has done all year. This is one of the top teams in the league. They've won 27 games. They're playing fantastic hockey right now. But in 6 meetings between Carolina and Detroit this year, they've split them 3-3. You look at Carolina. In the 3 games, if you had bet Carolina in all 6 meetings this season, you're down almost $500 if you bet $100 bets on every single game. -339 was 1. -226, -223, and then 3 winners at +100. What do we always say? If you bet a -400 money line favorite and you lose that game, now you've got to win your next 4 games just to break even. That's I can't. You look at Detroit now. If you bet Detroit in all 6 games, you're up +384. The value is all on Detroit here. Yes, they just traded away Anthony Mantha. They're one of their top scorers today to Washington, and they got a great haul back with a couple of draft picks and a couple of great players. But there's still lots of talent on this Detroit team, as bad as they've been, and this feels like a bit of a look-ahead spot for Carolina as a team that might not take the Detroit Red Wings seriously. I mean, these guys are still professionals. We always say they're still playing for contracts. They're still playing for incentives. And Detroit's just not going to roll over. I mean, Carolina's got bigger fish to fry in this race, so I think that all the values at plus, you can get almost 3 times your money. I've seen it anywhere from, plus 290 up to plus 320. The biggest telling thing for me is that this line started almost up over -400. This was a -417 when the line opened, and now it's down to around -360. Yeah, I think all the values on Detroit here.
Yeah, here looking at Chris, Detroit Red Wings plus 290 against the Carolina Hurricanes. This one at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Chris, they talk about dogs. In baseball, divisional dogs are great. In the NFL, divisional dogs. The Carolina and Detroit are playing for the 7th time. So again, it moves to your point here about teams that they played. Detroit and Carolina played each other. So I think you're definitely on the right side here. Look at the underdog.
Well, it's what's that cliche? Familiarity breeds contempt. I mean, it's the same thing about the Detroit Red Wings and Carolina. I mean, Carolina's, like I said, they're probably not taking this Detroit team seriously. Carolina, let's face it, look at the numbers. Carolina is now responsible for 20% of Detroit's wins in their record this season. I mean, the 3 wins, and then Detroit's only won 14 games this season. But Carolina, this is a team that's they're getting minus 339 against Detroit. In their last meeting, they lost 5-4 in a shootout. So it's not like I said, it's not like the Red Wings are just rolling over and bowing down at the feet of the Carolina Hurricanes. This is a team that's still got some fight left in them, and I think they're out to show that they're not as bad of a team as many would believe them to be. I think this line is a lot about recency bias as well too. I mean, you're seeing Carolina, making the playoffs the last few years. You're seeing Detroit near the bottom of the league, constantly picking up ping pong balls, and it's the way the realignment worked this season, where now, unfortunately, you're only playing the teams in your division, and you're playing them 8 times. And that's where I think this familiarity comes from, and that's why I think we're getting great value with plus 290, plus 300 in some spots.
Divisional dogs, that's the way to look here when you want to make money on dogs here. Familiarity, that's your edge there when betting underdogs. All right, Chris, plus 290 here with Detroit Red Wings. Let's take a look over at Pig Dogs Pim tonight. A lot of NBA, a lot of baseball and hockey. What you have going on over at the site as we're approaching top of the hour?
Well, for me, I've got my my Monday MLB Moonshot. I got that 3-pack. And my Major Monday NHL 5-pack. Each of those $29.95 over in the premium section. Or we always talk about it. Those 3-day, 7-day, and 30-day all sports passes. Those are going to be some of your best value season passes. I've still got my MLB season pass up there for $449. Some of the best value you're going to find. It's going to be a marathon. It's not a sprint. I'm not worried about this, jumping out of the gate, coming out flying, because we all know it's not just because it's a baseball reference. We all play to the back of our baseball card, and we're going to finish the rest of this month strong, and we're only going to pick up steam from there. And guys, also check out those 2-for-1 capper deals. Like I said, the value is always going to be there at Pick Dogs. You just got to pair myself up with Tony, Big Al, any of the cappers you see on tonight's show. Let's go check it out. I can promise you we're going to make you some money.
That's right, guys. Get on board here over at Pick Dogs Pim with Chris Ruffolo. You'll see him on the site here. He did really well in college basketball, finished number 2 to Big Al and made that big run at the end. And, of course, he's going to get you some winners here. That one night package tonight, and of course, to make that upgrade to the long term. But that 2-for-1 capper special. Why don't you team up Chris with Big Al McMorty here? That's really good value there at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, let's continue on with the coverage. Just a reminder, everybody, if you happen to miss any of the picks on the show, we're going to recap them at the end. So make sure you stay tuned for that, and keep those thumbs up, those likes coming in. That really helps us grow our audience. All right, let's continue on the show. Let's bring in El Ninos. He's going to give us the pick tonight from that Lakers and New York Knicks game. That was going to be on ESPN, but they put the Mavs and Sixers on there. But it's okay. You can still catch it on NBA League Pass channel. Al, how's it going today? We need some sound now. We lost your sound again. Now let's see. He's going to try to get a sign in here. I keep getting this spammer calling me, so let me go ahead and shut this. Actually, this time it's a telemarketer, right? Last time it was a spammer, now I'm getting the telemarketer calls.
Now you're moving up in the world.
Moving up in the world. How's it going, Al? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good, doing right. All right, you're going to be look at this Knicks and Lakers game. Knicks here are going to be laying 2. Total sits at 205.5. And that's, if anyone knows me who's calling me, that's right. I'm going to put that number up. All right. You guys know not to call me at this time. All right. Now, what you got going on, Chris, Al, on this Knicks and Laker game?
Obviously, as a Lakers fan, pretty heavily invested in this Lakers-Knicks rivalry, if you will. Should be a pretty hard-fought defensive battle here with a lot of question marks. Of course, Lakers still got their 2 stars missing, which isn't news. But as I mentioned real quick, they do have some pretty significant question marks, including Kuzma, who would really help out this total go over if he did play. But he sounds like he's a little banged up, and I don't think against the Knicks, as well as they've been playing on paper, it looks like a pretty decent spot to rest some players. You don't need to go at full strength. I think they got some decent pieces here to keep up with the Knicks, who will be playing their second game in 2 nights. So they do have the rest advantage. The Lakers do. And, the Lakers have gone have played to the under in 64% of their games. Knicks played to the under in 61% of their games. And I also like the addition of Drummond here for the Lakers. He can score some points, but he's not going to be hitting many threes, and he does give him a little defensive presence down low too, and gives him a different kind of look. Not so much looking at a superstar-led team, but now they're a bit of a gritty team, kind of like the Knicks are, and we've seen them play well too, the Lakers, last few games. So I do expect them to step up, at least defensively. They'll try to do what they can offensively, but I do expect both defenses to kind of dictate the pace in this game, if you will. So I'm taking the under here.
All right, Al Ninos here. Lakers, Knicks, under total of 205.5. All right, Chris, I thought under, but then I saw this line. I said, oh, it looks a little low to me.
Yeah, well, it almost feels like they're begging you to take the over, doesn't it? I mean, they're trying to just bring it as low and lower and lower, and this is the lowest total I can remember seeing in quite some time, potentially all season. But I mean, take it from me. I watched the Raptors and Knicks the other night. This Knicks defense is for real. That was a Raptors team at full strength, and they held them to 97 points. The Lakers team with Drummond, but still without Anthony Davis and LeBron James, who had offensive struggles. I could see this one being, first to 100 wins if we even get there. I could see like a game out of the 90s. I keep using that reference, but 95, 90 or something like that, where it stays well under 200.
Yeah, that's true. That's really the Lakers' only ticket to try and remain competitive here is to play that defensive style, and it's worked so far. At least some respectability here from the Lakers with point spread covers here. But we're looking at the Knicks here, back to back, and of course they're a defensive style team. So under 205.5 with this Knicks-Laker team. You're going to have to watch this one now on NBA Center Ice Pack at 7:30 Eastern Time. All right, Al, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium. What are you doing? Great work here in NHL. 810 units of document this season. We've had some really good days up there on the leaderboards as well for those one days. I've seen those coming up well. What you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
As always, got a bit of everything. Got my favorite NBA, NHL, and MLB plays. My bigger package just went off with the Padres game getting postponed, unfortunately. But I do still have a late 3-pack with my 3 best late games, 2 in the NHL and 1 in the MLB there. And I have my NBA sold separately as well.
All right, guys, get on board here with Al Ninos over at Pick Dogs. He's got some action up there for you on the site. You see the numbers here in NHL, over 800 units of profit. That's documented. So check him out there on the site. And, of course, when you visit his profile page, you can see every play that Al has released. And, of course, in all his packages that are available right now at Pick Dogs Premium. All right, as always, great having your show. Have yourself a great night. We'll see you tomorrow on your scheduled appearance.
Always here on a Monday, Tuesday.
Absolutely, Al. Have yourself a great night. Al Ninos here on the drive through. Check him out over at Pick Dogs Premium. All right, let's continue on. And, guys, just a reminder, if you happen to tune in late, we're going to recap every pick on the show after this pick, which is mine right now. So it's my turn to step up here and deliver a winner for you tonight. And we're going to put up the game information first. Grizzlies, the host of the Bulls, 9 Eastern Time NBA League Pass channel. Grizzlies laying 2.5. Total sits here at 228.5. I'm going to go with this one. Over total of 228.5. Grizzlies over in 4 straight. The Bulls in 3. Look at this Bulls team. They're shooting 50% and 37% from 3 in that 5-game span. With the Grizzlies also hitting over 50% and 44% from beyond the arc. Both defenses have been lacking. Bulls have their top scorers healthy. And, of course, when you look at the Grizzlies in their past 4 games where they've gone over, they're averaging 120 points per 100 possessions, while on offense, they are putting up 124 per 100. So they're allowing 120 per 100, scoring 124 per 100. So they're going up and down the court. I'm going to go Memphis, Chicago over total of 228.5, Chris.
Yeah, and you look at those pace numbers that you were just referencing. They're both getting over 100 possessions per 48 minutes. So I can easily see, a game that finishes well into the 230s, potentially even up to the 240s. I could see 124, 116, something like that. But either way, I like this one going well over 228.
I'm going to be here on the Bulls and Grizzlies over 228.5. Guys, check out Pig Dogs Premium. I've got a 3-pack going on tonight, mixing in some baseball and ML and NBA. So check my plays there. And I also have the long-term passes available for you, 3, 7, and 30 pass over at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, let's continue on here with the show here. Well, now it's time. As I said, we're going to go ahead and recap the picks from today's show. All right, Al will join us on the segment as he does on Mondays. We got started here with James Clark. He was on Magic +7 against the Spurs. Kevin, he takes the Rockets +12 against the Suns. Jovan, Nuggets laying the 4.5 against the Warriors. Trey, Ducks, Sharks over 5.5 goals. Rod Zawacki on the Sixers -3. It's up to 4. He says, I'm good with that against the Mavericks. Chris, the big dog of the day here, Red Wings +290 against Hurricanes. Al was on Lakers, Knicks under 205.5. Yours truly on the Bulls, Grizzlies over 228.5. We'll start with Chris. Other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
I think I'm going to go with Al's pick of the Lakers and Knicks under 205.5. I think that's going to be just a physical basketball game tonight.
I'll get a physicality there with this one. All right, Al, other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
Lots of good ones out there, but can't pass up on that +290 value. I was on the Hurricanes last game, I'll admit that, but I was wrong, and they're not a -400 team. That's true. I was on the puck line. I did not lay the -400, just to clear that up. But yeah, they're definitely not worth laying out that much juice or even laying juice on the puck line. So I'm going with the Red Wings now.
Chris convinced me that Red Wings +290 is a bet I'm going to make because, again, I like divisional dogs. Like I talked about in that first segment with Chris, I think that's great value there. I take it all the way as these teams play their 7th game of this season. All right, that'll do it for another edition here of the Drive-Thru, guys. Tune in tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll have a full book of 8 cappers on, giving out live free sports picks for the primetime games. And don't forget, it all gets started every day at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time with the morning show. You got Mitch, you got Rod, you got Brian. And, of course, they're also offering that YouTube premium plays. And be sure to check the early and late for the early and late packages. Follow the link below the description. All right, that'll do it for tonight's show. Let's go ahead and bring our cappers from tonight's show, and we'll give you guys a nice wave up goodbye. Have yourself a great night, and we will talk to you guys tomorrow